Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I just wanted to show you my new upgraded koi pond, which I upgraded to a turtle pond. So it was actually really quick and easy for me to upgrade this guy. And as you can see, we now have a new resident turtle there sitting on the log, which we'll try to take a better look at later. He's really in the bright sun right now. But I just wanted to sort of touch base on what it takes to have a successful turtle pond, and koi pond for that matter. So first off, the waterfall there has about 3,000 gallons an hour coming out of it, 2,800 I believe. And then we actually have the filtration system down here. You can see the return pipe there for it. And I have two Laguna filters there. One is a 2,200 and one is a 3,200 or 3,100 or 3,400, whatever they call it, the biggest size. So we have two filters and they are run in tandem, so it goes from the big one over to the smaller one and then out back into the pond. Both of them have working UV sterilizers in. I think one's 20 watts and one's 25 watts, so we have about 45 watts of UV light. For a turtle pond, it is very important to have filtration. They are messy little creatures. With their mess, they put koi to shame. So we are looking at about 4,000 gallons of water right now. And from the return where I just showed you that the water is coming back from the filters to that far side is about 24 feet at the furthest. And if we're looking right across here from where I'm standing to the waterfall there, we're looking at about 14 feet. And then it is about 3 feet deep. So you can see the bottom. The sun is so bright it's reflecting off. It doesn't look that clear, but actually you can see right down to the bottom. I can see like the air stone that's down there. I have an air pump that's not turned on, and a few shells are down there, so that's what those white spots are, but those are sitting right on the bottom of the pond. So in order to keep the turtle in, we of course, if you don't have a fence for it, you have to fence it. Because we have a 2-year-old, we already had this thing fenced off completely, so it made it very easy to turtle proof it. Now let's see if I can get you sort of a better look. You can see the green fencing there, but again, it's so bright on that side. Why don't I take you around to that side and let's try to look into the shade. There we go. I just came around to the other side where we were just looking at. So now you'll get a different angle of the turtle as well. He's still in the bright sun, so we may not get a very good angle of him, but you can, in the shade, at least see a little bit how clear the water is and that sort of thing. So this metal fence was all the way around the pond to start with. And the green sort of plastic mesh fencing that was in there was actually all the way around the front end of the pond to start with as well, to keep my 2-year-old from throwing stuff in. Now, the turtle actually has full access to the garden as well if he chooses. And if you look down here, the fencing turns from a heavy cast iron into a lighter garden fence. And then what I had to do was just adapt, and I bought some more of that green fencing here. And I put about a 1-foot row or a 18-inch high row along the bottom of the fence, which goes off into the garden. And the garden is very dense, but it goes all the way around through the Japanese garden and comes out the other side. And we'll maybe take a tour of the upper end in a little bit. But he does have full access to the entire garden. He can get up to the stream and all the way along to the back fence there. And where the rhododendron is, he technically has access to it. So being this is a new project for me, there's going to be a few more things I have to do. So there's a better look at him there. He's pretty happy. The log I picked up at the beach that's 5 minutes away there, and seems to be working fairly well. I would love to find a couple more logs like that. I put the log over in sort of the sunny spot, and then I have upgraded my cement right here. I did a bunch of cement work over the last little while, the last couple days, and made the almost like a path for him wider. So if he wanted to, he could technically walk this entire path down here. And what you're looking at now is actually a ramp, and it goes right up into the garden there. So he does have access to the garden if he wants to get into the garden, which I think is pretty cool for him to be able to go wherever he wants to. So why don't we grab another little angle. Alright, I moved you right to the front, so we're right back in the sunshine. There's a good look at the turtle. It's a female, and it actually came out of a different koi pond, so the koi don't bother her at all. They get along great. She's probably been here 10 days now, so we're both still sort of adjusting. but it really likes this log that I picked up and instantly went to it. I did set a thermometer out on the log just to give you guys an idea of what the temperature is, which I can see is 35 degrees on the basking point right now, and I just put that thermometer out there, so it's probably still rising a little bit. So it is nice and warm. That's 35 Celsius. And yeah, so she's going to live out here for the summertime. And other plans, I would love to get another log closer to the ramp over there. So that's where we just were, where the cement ramp is going up. I have to finish my cement work still, but important note not to have the cement actually in contact with your water either, because it wreaks havoc with the water chemistry. So the cement is not in contact with the water. There's another spot over here where that sort of little piece of wood is, that again I would love to have a ramp going up directly into the garden, sort of beside the waterfall. You can see a frog sitting on the a little rock over there as well. Dead center of the screen, very still, not really moving, but a good sized frog. He has been here the last couple of years as well. But yeah, so what else can I tell you? The turtle is not going to winter out here this year, although it's 3 feet deep and probably perfectly able to winter out here. We're going to have it winter in the house with the koi. As I said, this is a 4,000 gallon pond, but we're going to have it winter in our 1,000 gallon holding pond with the koi. And yeah, before it was a turtle pond, it was just a koi pond in front of the Japanese garden. So you can see a bunch of maidenhair ferns, a rhododendron. There's a Japanese maple there, a red one. Some more maidenhair ferns. There's some fuchsias mixed in here. We have some shade with a big Japanese maple there. And yeah, that's sort of the look of the garden itself. And why don't we just go up and take one more look up near the top. So this is the back side of the garden. There's a huge hosta there that's coming out. And right down the middle of that, or behind the hosta, is a fence. And you can see the top of the fence there. It's kind of buried and it's in the middle of this hosta here as well. But you can see what I did to retrofit the fence up here with more of that green netting. It's like a hard plasticky sort of thing, very tough. And it goes all the way along, right down to the ground. In fact, it's sort of below the ground in most spots in case there's any digging involved. And yeah, here's the top of the stream. I'll have to move the maple out of the way for you. But you can see that's where the stream starts. To give you a little bit of reference, the stream itself goes down. You couldn't see much of it other than the waterfall itself, but this stream is 17 feet long. And then you can see the pond down there at the bottom. So it has the entire run of all of this area, all these leaves and debris and stuff. Technically, she could get up to and into down at the base of the maple tree. And yeah, right onto the other side there, either by crossing that little bridge with my sad looking bonsai and a little bit happier bonsai, and all the way down the fence line to the other side. And really she could get even into the filtration area where I first started. So that is the turtle pond. We'll go back down to the front again. There we go. So we actually made it back down to this side. There's a little shady nook here from the Japanese maple tree that's much better for filming. But yeah, so that is my new turtle pond / koi pond. Only the one ramp so far, and it's sort of a long trek to the garden. But yesterday I'd actually moved that log and it was right down here. So then it was a much shorter trek. It was only like 4 feet to the garden. But that side gets the morning sun earlier, so I moved that piece of log over. But like I say, a few more logs to come. And hopefully she'll be in and out of the garden and all over wherever she wants to be. So it's a 4,000 gallon pond with a 17-foot stream and a really good portion of land for the turtle to move around in if she wants to. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it. I think she will be very happy with it. I don't have a name for her yet, but I think she will be very happy with it as well. And I'm going to keep you updated on our new turtle pond. So if you want to see more updates like this, more updates on the garden and everything else that is involved with my greenhouse, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching.